Heaven and hell in Helluva and Hazbin Hotel are presented as very Christian interpretations. According to Vivzipop, however, the Helliverse would borrow not just from the Abrahamic religions or even ancient mythology in particular, but from the larger spiritual ideas that exist in our world as a whole. So let's talk about those different things, how they would all factor into the Helliverse, and the history of the Earth there. My name's Deepcut, demons call me ImpCut, welcome back to Cartoon Universe, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so, otherwise I have to start showing that statistic that shows that basically no one is subscribed. Now, what's interesting in the Helliverse is that there's no representation of God himself, though he is quoted here and there, even if humorously in the background of the Cherubs commercial. Instead, creation seems to be run by the many angels with Sarah in charge, but no authoritative God beyond her. The closest we get to God is the personification of good who exists alongside the personification of evil. It is the angels who are said to create the humans and life on Earth before Lucifer, a younger angel, came in and gave the fruit of forbidden knowledge to humans. This led to hell coming into existence and human souls being trapped there after their death, with most of them ending up in hell and very few making it to heaven. While Lucifer was heavily punished by being made to watch over hell, many other demons have popped up there who have clear influence over the Earth, and they've been seemingly influencing the Earth since the time of Adam. We saw this pretty early in Season 1, not just with Blitz and his business, which managed to illegally get access to the Earth with Stolas' grimoire, but also with the Succubus in Episode 3 of Season 1. Here, it was shown that they disguised themselves as humans to spread lust up on Earth. This is apparently one of Hell's most massive operations, with Stolas later explaining that the Succubus have the easiest access to the human realm with the magic Asmodean crystals. It's not even known if just casual sex will lead to someone going to Hell, but it is such a part of Hell's culture that it must be assumed that even if sex itself is not considered sinful in the Helliverse, it does something to grease the wheels to bring sin into someone's life on Earth. All of this is run by Asmodeus, one of the 7 sins ruling hell under Lucifer, so it's not some secret business that demons are doing behind the angels' back. And in fact, Blitz's own business is made legal by giving him an Asmodean crystal to use like a succubus. The angels thus, even with their great power, didn't seem to have the power to actually stop hell from influencing the Earth. Perhaps knowing that even if they just dropped some sort of angelic bomb on hell, that more demon species would just rise up and begin doing the same things. Instead, Paimon indicates that there are some upcoming events that the angels already know about due to the prophecies in the stars surrounding the Earth, that if decoded by Stolas could potentially help Hell win. Many of these prophecies in real life are centered around the coming apocalypse that's supposed to happen in ancient mythology. So it seems that at least some people in the inner circles of the angels and demons both know that this is a waiting game for the real final conflict. Until that time, the goal has simply been to exploit the Earth for as much as possible, including human souls and anything else that Hell can get its hands on. In addition to those succubus, we also know that infestor demons like Rolando are haunting places around the world to make humans think that ghost exists. Many people also argue that imps have been used for wars on Earth, with Blitz's name reminding Millie's parents of war because of the World War II tactic called Blitzkrieg. In the present of the Helliverse, the demons have essentially made themselves hidden to humans, however, convincing them that they were just a myth from ancient times made up by their ancestors. Back in the past, however, the implication is that the demons and even the angels interacted with the humans more directly, and were even treated as gods at one point. While Lucifer was punished for giving the fruit of forbidden knowledge to humans, we know that cherubs are allowed to just come down to Earth and help humans when requested, and influencing the humans towards good seems to be a-okay in the books of heaven as long as humans don't get hurt or killed. As demons manipulated the past then, it would seem that the angels would need to step in and try and also guide humans in a better direction. But with the demons being more willing to cause trouble, they'd be more able to give humans what humans think they want in return for more control over them. This would be why in ancient times, the gods were said to create humans specifically to do the farming and labor for them, producing all the foods that the gods eat while they maintain the physical universe. The demons of hell would have convinced the humans that they were gods. This makes sense considering that many of the ancient gods were not gods worshipped due to their loving nature, but due to their power, and how they might even use that to harm humans if they don't like them. The Greek Zeus, for instance, is a figure who chose to send a flood to wipe out humans, and his equivalent in Babylon, Enlil, does the same thing simply because humans are noisy. With there also being good angels trying to help people, however, it makes sense that the ancient mythologies would also portray their gods as divine beings who are noble, coming to save humans from godlike evils. Now, the Abrahamic religions are a monotheization demonization of world mythology, which means that a lot of the primeval history in the book of Genesis is actually parallel to the mythologies that existed in the cultures around them, who the Bible actually shows as having a common origin with the Abrahamic peoples. The most obvious example of this is that the Bible, of course, also has its own famous flood myths, similar to the ones in Greece and Babylon that we already talked about before. Genesis also contains similar allegories to the Luciferian god like Prometheus found in Greece, who was known for giving forbidden knowledge to humans like the serpent in the Garden of Eden, our Lucifer. Now, according to the Jewish and then later Christian traditions, the other cultures of the world had accidentally worshipped false gods, rebellious angels of God who wanted humans to serve them. This was said to continue even after the flood, with each of the 70 nations descended from Noah being given their own rebellious angel to mislead them. In the end, Hazbin Hotel has no ultimate god interacting directly with the earth, but by monotheizing the world mythologies, they were able to emphasize that there was one good side to be worshipped, and that there was one evil side that only worshipped themselves, the demons. The spread of Christianity would lead to the demonization of the demons. Deep in the past, Baal, who is now a member of the Ars Goetia, was actually the primary god of worship in the ancient Near East, a thunder god not that different from Zeus. When Christianity took over, however, Baal would become recognized as the demon king of the Ars Goetia seen in the show, as well as the inspiration for the demon Beelzebub, or Baalzebub, who has a nearly identical demonic seal as Baal, both just being an insect because Beelzebub means Lord of the Flies. In the Helluverse, then, Christianity's primary purpose, whether literal or just philosophical in their world, has been to teach humans to turn away from demons. With the spread of Christianity, then, it seems to me that the only way the demons could find a way to control the earth was from the shadows. After Christianity made it obvious that heaven and hell were real and that the demons were influencing the humans to end up in hell, the smartest plan would become to convince the humans that they were wrong about demons ever existing at all, and to simply slowly manipulate the culture from the shadows in order to make humans act more naturally sinful. The succubus would be given disguises so that the humans wouldn't know a demon is convincing them that there's all these attractive people just cruising around for sexual relations. They'd use infestors like Rolando to confuse people about the afterlife, making them think that the afterlife has nothing to do with a potential heaven or hell. And while they once allowed demons to travel to the earth on what we call Halloween in order to attack humans in the open, the humans would end up putting on costumes in order to hide among the demons, leading to Halloween today still being a safe day for demons to go up to Earth. However, they now have to keep their identity a secret and seemingly can only get away with so much diabolical action on the Earth, with most demons just choosing to party there instead. The show is very much about how hard it was for Blitz to get his business going because of how strict Hell's rules are for interacting with the Earth, with multiple references to how their lack of disguises is breaking all sorts of Hell's laws. All of this says to me that Hell's currently controlling the Earth, likely having more celebrities than just Verosca making up our actors and other talent, and who knows how many screenplays originated in Hell as well. So there's your basic story of the Helluverse, starting with the angels creating humans, demons misleading the humans into worshipping the demons, and then Christianity leading the humans to focusing on being good to avoid hell. All just for the demons to start convincing humans that there is no heaven or hell, so that they casually slip back into being sinful. There is, however, also the personification of good and evil that Charlie mentions in the first episode of Hazbin Hotel. These are the closest we get to a true god and true devil figure in the Helluverse, which reflects more so the dualistic religions of the world. The most prominent example of this is Zoroastrianism, which has a hierarchy of divine entities but is considered to be an even earlier form of monotheism than Judaism, but with strong dualist aspects. Here, the chief god is Ahura Mazda, but there is also a god of evil known as Ahriman. Interestingly, this religion paints the creation of the world as an elaborate divine trap in which Ahura Mazda convinces the evil Ahriman to come into the earth. The earth itself is really just a prison meant to trick Ahriman into coming into his own coffin, turning him into something a bit more mortal that can be defeated. The show doesn't have to follow this or any other example of dualism in real life, and I've seen a few different theories about how the personification of good and evil might interact with the show later. But what do you guys think? Maybe over time we'll get more concrete examples of gods and myths from other traditions and how they play into Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. But until then, let's just keep making theories. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.
It is I, Dr. Cyborg, and I have come to steal the treasure you care about most!
Not the magic crystal!
No! Racer, help me! Good luck trying to get your little boyfriend back! No! Not my boyfriend! Boyfriend!
Wait, what did I say?